Good morning, this is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and you're listening to Coffee with Kris, the time of the day where we share a cup of coffee and share a bit of the Word of God. Thank you so much for joining me on this Wednesday morning for a hot cup of coffee and a hot cup of the Word of God. We are in the Torah portion of Yitro, and our Sidra, our Aliyah for today is Exodus chapter 19, verses 1 through 6, but I just want to read to you 5 and 6 and kind of elaborate on that. It says, "Now then, if you listen closely to my voice," this is God speaking, "and keep my covenant, then you will be my own treasure from among all people, for all the earth is mine." So in other words, God is saying to Israel, look guys, if you, listen to me and do what I say, you will be my exclusive people, my exclusive nation, my top dogs, my favorite people, and you will be called by my name. Hey, I own the whole earth. I run the show. I'm going to give you the best of the best. You'll be my people. Verse 6. "So as for you, you will be my kingdom of Kohanim, my kingdom of priests and a holy nation." He says, so if you listen to my voice and keep my covenant, not only will I call you my people and claim you as my children, as my chosen ones, but you will also be my missionaries. You will be my apostles, my ones who are sent out, my ambassadors, my emissaries. You will be a holy nation. In other words, you're going to be a nation that's going to be unique and different and set apart from every other nation on the earth. These are the words which you are to speak to the children of Israel. So this is what God told Moses to relay to the children of Israel. So the church fathers say to us, let God's will be your will. So if you let his will be your will, then whatever you want is going to be, God's going to grant, because it's going to be his will. Hope I didn't confuse you there. But this statement by God is conditional. Now then, if, that word if makes it conditional. If you listen closely to my voice and keep my covenant, did Israel do this? No, they didn't. If they did that, then what would they be? They would be God's treasured people. Not only would they be a treasured people, but they would be a whole nation of priests. The whole nation of Israel, all 12 tribes, would be part of the priesthood. Now, God still allowed Israel to remain his chosen people from among all the other nations, set apart, different and unique, a peculiar people. But they blew the chance to become a nation of priests when they set up the golden calf and started, getting drunk and dancing around naked and having this big wild orgy around the golden calf. The only ones who didn't participate in this were the Levites. And after this whole incident, Moses said, okay, who's on the Lord's side? Who's with me? And all the Levites joined Moses. He goes, strap on your sword and kill everyone who worshiped the golden calf, everyone who was involved in this fiasco. And at the end of it, he says, congratulations, you are now God's priesthood. So it was only the Levites that became the Kohanim, became the priests, because Israel blew it. But even though we do not have the majority of us who are not from the tribe of Levi, we may not have the priesthood, but we are still a holy nation. We still are a nation of priests in that we are God's apostles, his sent out ones. We are his missionaries, his emissaries, his ambassadors, to tell the good news of God's kingdom law and God's news of salvation through his son Messiah Yeshua, as Yeshua himself instructed us in the Great Commission of Matthew 28, 18 through 20. So we are still kind of loosely a type of priest, even though that we do not hold the official position of priesthood that the Levites held, to where they were able to minister in and sacrifice in the tabernacle and the temple exclusively. But when we who are not Israel, Gentiles who become grafted in or adopted, you become a part of that holy nation. And there's no bench warmers on God's team. Everyone is expected playtime. Everybody's expected to be out on the field, the missionary field, whether that be your home or whether that be in another country. Guys, thanks so much for listening. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom, and God bless.